Welcome everybody. My name is Jeff Fowler, president of the Apartment Owners Association, and it is just another awesome day. So glad that you're with us, and I truly mean that. Today we have someone who will speak that will give you lots of ideas, and that just makes me happy because my goal, the goal of AOA, is to give you ideas that'll help you make and or keep more money than ever before. Again, the goal is that this group of apartment owners or rental property owners would be the most successful in the state. So very excited about today. We're going to learn how property management could actually help us sell more and get more clients and income. And so this is, I think this is really a brilliant idea. And then we have someone behind it that has systems. But yeah, before I even get into that, just a little bit about AOA. We are the largest individually organized group of owners here in the state. And usually I do member benefits, but we just had a 5-star review yesterday, several yesterday even, but just yesterday. So wow, thank you guys for leaving those reviews and helping other owners find AOA. That's just awesome. So really appreciate that. And Sharon, just a shout out to you. Thank you so much. And so this is what she wrote. She wrote, live people to call and speak to, you know, as far as the thing that she likes about it. I spoke with Paul Stott, one of your wonderful and knowledgeable advisors at AOA. He's been very kind, patient, and has advised me in many of the technicalities of dealing with my LA City rent control properties. And that's number one. Number two, forms that AOA USA provides. The forms that AOA USA provides are current, always up to date. They include the laws about bed bugs, leaded paint, attorney's fees, etc. 3, conventions, lectures at the trade show and the webinars. 4, monthly magazines. I've referred to the informative articles and hired some of the vendors from the magazines. Penfield Paralegal Services for one. Anyway, so thank you, Sharon, for that. Totally appreciate it. And those are some of the main benefits that you get with your $97 a year membership, which is just nothing at all if you think about it. And if you go for more years, you get more. You do get a better discount, and then you get some extras, a little extra, this and that. So you may have missed it last week, but we had John Kupal from Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, and he did a great job talking about ACA 13 and why we need to oppose that. He gave a little update on the ULM opposition, trying to repeal the death tax. So there's a whole lot. That was a good one. And then we just do have a whole lot coming up. Next week, we're actually going to have a live stream on Tuesday instead of on Thursday. So 10 a.m., there's a cash flow seminar, the latest ADU developments and opportunities. We'll have a workshop on that. 1 p.m. for those of you that are in Buena Park, we're going to have we're doing a series, just rent control in different cities. And so Buena Park will address it specifically. So for those of you in Buena Park, or if you know someone there, let them know about that. On the 13th, there's the San Diego Property Rights Roundtable. That's in person. 19th, in Oakland, we have an in-person avoiding procedural mistakes in eviction actions. So you won't want to miss that if you're up there. Santa Clara, the following week, we have landlord inspection rights. A lot of you are wondering about that and just maintaining your rental units. We're going to have someone address that in person. So if you're around, that's great. And then even better, we have a double header on October 17th. And this is going to be an eviction. Franco Simone, eviction attorney, is going to cover the San Diego Tenant Protections Ordinance that's new, and some other things, just creating a lease. And then also, we're going to have an asset protection expert speaking. And this is a guy that we have speak at our trade show twice a year. If you're in San Diego, you're not getting to that. And then, of course, the trade show is coming up 2 days after that. We have the trade show at the Long Beach Convention Center. So if you're in Orange County or LA County, it might be worth heading to that. And we're going to have over 20 speakers. There's definitely at least 150 booths. And every year we just little by little, we continuously improve, and every time, just thanks to your feedback and just the great staff that we have. We're very, very blessed, for sure. All right, so just to say a thanks to our sponsor today, Blue Diamond Rentals, Sales and Rentals Incorporated, and they've actually been voted as the top 5 management company in San Diego since 2014, which is ridiculous, by the San Diego Union Tribune. And then I know that they have great reviews online. They manage over 100 properties in the North San Diego area, so that really at the epicenter there. And they've also, that's on the property management side. On the real estate side, a year ago they had over 700 sales. Who knows where they're at today? So a shout out to them for making this possible. And our speaker today is the president of Blue Diamond Sales and Rentals. And she's a science graduate who spent 10 years working in science and air pollution control inspection. So pretty detailed stuff, before discovering her love for people and homes. She followed her parents' footsteps to pursue a career in real estate, where she quickly found her talent for streamlining processes and improving efficiency. And in 2012, she founded her property management company, and then, really with nothing. And it's totally the American dream, right? And she grew her business, and then she doubled her income. Would you like to double your income? I'd like to. She doubled her income in 2017 when she opened a real estate sales side of her business. And so our speaker and one of her associates, yearly they're grossing like $500,000 in sales. She's got 17 years of property management experience, and she also has a 10-week training program, one that's online as well. And she's put together really good systems for property management and just a lot of different things. And if you look at her blog, you'll love it and be informed. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you today Samantha Easton.
My screen for the presentation. And for anybody, most people on here, I'm assuming, manage their own properties. If you ever thought about managing other people's properties, this would be for you. And anybody kind of entering the real estate industry, don't really have a lot of clients, this is also a good way to build clients through property management. So you'll learn so much more about homes as you manage them. You're going to be able to spot issues before they become something big, which is really great. And you're going to build clients who trust you with every aspect of their home. And that normally means that if they end up wanting to sell or buy something else, they're going to ask you. So that's what we've had happen in Blue Diamond's career. We started in 2012. I started in 2012. Just managing homes. I really wasn't that interested in the real estate sales side, just because it was such a feast and famine situation, and I was new to that industry. But over time, a real estate agent's average earning is about 100,000, a newbie and somebody who's kind of just getting into it and under a good broker, and a property manager's average salary is about 57,000. Which is what I was kind of earning before I started my own company. But when I did do that, I was blessed with kind of a steady stream of new clients and managed to gross 80,000 in the first year. That just was a nice steady income growth. I wasn't doing a lot of marketing. I was just trying to take care of my current clients. And as Jeff had stated about reviews, that makes such a huge difference to a small business, is clients being happy. So really, I just focused on those clients and grew it steadily until in 2018, I decided to add real estate sales, because so many clients were asking if I sold homes that I brought on another agent. His name is Brian Cathcart. He's been great with taking those properties and doing a great job with the sales. And we just doubled our income within the first year of adding sales. So that's kind of my focus here, is that with a steady income, then the feast and famine of the real estate sales, it becomes more of a bonus. And typically, just talking about, if you wanted to start your own business, because the economy is getting so tight and we're all feeling the squeeze. Now would be kind of a good time to, maybe if you're not satisfied, or you think you're not going to get a good income, this is a good business that anybody with a real estate license can start getting into. Businesses fail for a variety of reasons. They're listed here. You're not satisfying a need. You don't have a good business plan. You have a lack of financing, maybe a bad location. There's an inflexibility there, or you grow too fast. So that's just what, in general, businesses fail. And in property management, you don't really need to do a rapid expansion. As I said before, you focus, get a good review, or somebody refers you. If you satisfy the needs of those landlords by providing a simple, organized solution, and there's little overhead cost to property management. You can do it from your own home. It's mobile, it's flexible, and you don't need to overextend your resources. I mean, marketing is one thing, but we all know marketing, sometimes you're just wasting dollars, because people are really looking to reviews, maybe calling a friend and asking them who their property manager is. So as word spreads, it spreads quickly. And we're blessed with having such great reviews online and having people talk about us when we don't even ask them to, which is amazing. And I just love my clients and my tenants. Sorry, my phone is ringing now. Workflow, the standard practices, processes, systems, and plans. So in any business, you're going to want to have that same workflow. But the best part about property management is that technology is advanced so that we can track the work orders, payments, leases, issues with tenants and clients, all through the technology. So these are all the things I would say property management incorporates. Marketing. Yeah, it's a small piece, in my opinion. You really are just looking to market the properties that you have for rent. If you do a great job marketing those properties for rent, the people see that, you market those properties well, they're going to look at you as being good in the business. Advertising and syndication, there's great programs for that now. Easy rent collection, an easy way for tenants to pay rent. These all can be done through a computer now, which is great. Business setup. There's always risks and pitfalls to a business, and I can help teach you what those are. Tenant screening is very important. Having checklists and having a plan on what to look for at a property, that's also really important. Obviously, 5-star reviews are great. Inspection training, so how to really look at a property, that's really important. Banking needs are very important, obviously, with security of you're dealing with other people's funds. And then, of course, computer software programs. So as Jeff said, there's a 10-week training program. I also have an online system that you can kind of click through what you're looking to learn about. So clients, checklists, contracts, all the different addendums that are constantly changing with the laws. I mean, they change almost on a yearly basis, when before it never was like that. So since COVID and all of the new laws, I mean, it's just rapidly changing. Even the 3-day pair quits have changed from October of 2022 to now June of 2023. They're a new form. So there's all of that to always keep up with, but it's pretty simple to do. I mean, AOA does it and provides you with that. So property management, if you earn maybe between $150 to $250 a month per property, if you're managing 10 properties, that's $1,500 to $2,500. And as you go up, if you're managing 50 properties, $7,500 to $12,500. So somewhere there in between is $10,000 a month, which is $120,000 a year. So, or up to 150,000. And then if you add those sales, I mean, that's a great income, and 50 homes to manage is definitely doable for one person, especially if you're just adding a few over each month, maybe 3 or 4 new properties over each month. So it takes a team, right? I mean, the other thing about property management is finding that team. So vendors, people that are going to come when there's a problem with their plumbing or a flood. You need to find those people, and that has also been key. A big shout out to my favorite vendors, Precise Plumbing, White Diamond Carpet Cleaning. I mean, these guys have been with me for years. The touch windows. So if you've got your great team, and those also can bring you clients too. So having that is very important in property management. But really, like I said before, everything is kind of, to me, about a work-life balance, about spending quality time with the ones you love, but also we all have to work. I mean, it's to a point now where I think every adult has to earn a decent income to keep up in this world. So, and then finding yourself in control of your own destiny, I think that's most important too in this day and age, and how there's a little bit of despair out there in the youth. It's a tough struggle to know that the rent is so high. So, even to the youth out there, if you're an entrepreneur and a hard worker, you definitely have to be a hard worker to do this. And you definitely have to be ready to put in some time and hours. But it's something that you can build pretty easily and with a good system and organization. And it's a great business to be in. And you're caring for people, you're caring for properties. I can't think of anything better to do than taking care of people and homes. So it's basically just about being any one of these rocks in this picture. You can be the bottom, you can be the top, but they all work together. These are vendors, these are tenants, these are clients. It's all together. So if you want to branch out independently on your own and build your own business, I hope this inspired you to believe that you can. And let's see if there's anything else. Oh, just a question. So feel free to contact me for any questions. And thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing that, Samantha.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious, you say hours, like how many hours were you putting in when you were at 50? We'll call it 50 units. I know you mainly deal with homes. What did that look like for you when you're at 50 homes?
Well,
how many hours do you think?
So on average, I would say 6 hours a day handling those properties, and then another 4 hours designing my company. So I was working about 10 hours a day building everything, but if you're organized, you can probably get away with 6 hours. Six
It
hours.
seems like the start is everything. So like, how did you acquire those properties
You know,
at the very, very beginning, like at the very beginning?
I got blessed with meeting one particular person very early in my business, and that client ended up buying 29 homes over a couple years. And as he bought them, I would rehab them and manage them. And so that was a great start to me. I started with $10,000 in the bank and $10,000 of credit. And I think it's just a drive to keep working. So I was working 10 hours at least 6 days a week when I first started the company.
And what would you say to people today that are starting off? Where, if it was a fishing pond, what part of the pond should they go to throw out, to bait a hook and throw it out, and to find some people that will want
Well,
to manage their
the,
properties?
yeah, I think the beautiful thing about property management is that there's a lot of people out there that aren't giving the service. Maybe they're focusing too much on the wrong, the bigger clients and not the smaller clients.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's Moreno Valley. I had a call last night. She's got 10 units in Moreno Valley, looking for somebody to help her because her property manager is just not filling her vacancies. So there's definitely a demand out there for good quality property managers. I would say, any city really, you can start this as,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And
If I answer that.
I think there's just as far as with that budget, where did you not hold back? Where did you like really spend more money on because you knew that was going to be strategic, versus what are some of the things that you more held back and didn't invest as much money in?
Well, I didn't invest in a lot of marketing. I did join Yelp pretty
Mm-hmm.
quickly. And from the old tenants that I had managed before, I did reach out and say, if you'd like to review me on Yelp, that would be great. Um, and as I started to grow, some of the old clients that from my other company ended up finding me. So that was nice
Mm-hmm.
too. I didn't go after those clients, but they did come and find me. I just really think giving good service in the service industry, people like to talk about that.
Right.
So, or joining a networking group, that's always that's actually what I did in the beginning. I did join some networking groups and go around and just talk to as many people as I could, just letting them know that I was here to do that job.
What was maybe one of the challenges that you went through? Um, it can be day one or it can be recent, but what's a challenge that you'd like to just, hey guys, if here's a life lesson that I learned. I don't know if you could share something like that. I'm totally putting you on the spot, but
No, no,
there's a lot of good information coming out here, so we appreciate it.
the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is because of the biggest lesson I learned, which was, trying all these different programs on how to run a company, wasting my money in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
without, yeah, there's a lot of money wasted, I think. And, even marketing, spending money on things that really didn't work. I don't think certain marketing tools work. I think the real estate industry in itself is very over advertised with flyers in the mail and things like that. Nobody looks at that. Well, not a lot of people do. I know I'm even in the industry and I get those flyers and I don't hardly look at them. So I do think wasting money and time on that is was my biggest lesson.
Okay. And let's see here. You seem to be very organized. So how do you have how do you set up your like your weekly schedule? How is that set up?
I do everything through my calendar on my phone. So if it doesn't go in there, I forget about it. So I think that stopping every time there's something to be done and either writing it down or putting it in your phone, calendar, reminders, that's the key. You really just, and the other thing is in property management, you can't end the day with things that still need to be done,
Mm,
because tomorrow the phone will ring and that'll be the emergency, and then those things will be left undone. So I think that's the hardest and kind of the most rewarding part about this business, is at the end of the day, the list is checked off, and then you start off the next day fresh. And sometimes, if there's nothing to do, then you get to go and enjoy a little bit of time. It's not a 9 to 5, and I love that. I'll work 12 hours one day and maybe 3 or 4 the next day.
mhm.
So that's brilliant to me.
Right. And can you tell us more about your 10-week program?
Yeah, so it is a 10-week program. It's an email-based program, but as I've been moving forward with my first franchisee in San Diego, I've come to the realization I need to have kind of a go-to place. So I'm developing an online course as well, where you can just find in the table of contents what you're looking for, and all of the forms and checklists and strategies are all right there at your fingertips. So somebody could go through it in less than 10 weeks, definitely.
Got it. All right. Any parting thoughts for us?
Ah, um, never give up, never surrender. That's just my
Mhm.
motto in general. If you want it, you can get it. So I just hope everybody is out there and enjoying their lives and not stressed, and that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Samantha,
All
for
right.
just sharing, and hopefully you've stirred some people to start doing property management and get into that business and kind of make it through while the sales are so as low as they are right now. The volume
Yeah,
is just really dropped out. So
they really have. Well, thank you, Jeff, so much for having me.
you got it, Samantha.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for listening. And again, thank you. It's worth waiting, right? You had to wait a little bit to get this one, but it was worth it. Just like I said it would be. Take care,
Uh,
everyone.
Thanks.